Your favorite compas have another jam-packed episode of the Four Compas Show. In this episode, we'll get into some of the things that I've seen from Chargers camp. Gilbert has started his tour already. He has been at Chargers camp. He's been at Cowboys camp.
What?
He's been at 49ers camp. He's been at Raiders camp. So, and he's going to State Fart Stadium pretty soon. So Gilbert is on his Gilbert is on his tour right now. It'll be it's fun to do those. I remember last year I did a couple of stops. Tuesday I'll be at Cowboys camp for Cowboys Rams. As of right now, I'll be going to the Rams. I'll be doing Saints when they're out here, when they come marching in. Dun-dun-dun. And I'll do some other that's basically all for my camp tour. But Gilbert, how has your camp tour been so far? What did you learn in San Francisco? Well, maybe Vic's gonna want to get in on this. Vic's gonna want to get in on this. So hold on real quick.
Okay.
Any complaints from the trips?
Yeah, I got plenty of those. And
all right,
before we actually talk football, it's maybe more complaint on my part, but I've been pretty unlucky. I want to say I've done 5 training camps. From the 5, I've only got one that wasn't like a light day or like, it wasn't a chill day. The 49ers gave me the full show, like 11 on 11, padded practice, offense versus defense, starters on starters. But the Cowboys, the first day I went, it was their first practice. It was a ramp-up period. The Chargers, that day that we went, what the hell were they doing? Playing grab ass? There was nothing to see that day. The Rams, even worse the day after. It was like a 40-minute practice, nothing to see. They're all wearing bucket hats and wearing like glasses, like the reading glasses, not sunglasses. So it was just a chill day. Raiders, all the way on the opposite side. They don't want me to see anything. I think it was a full practice. They didn't feel like it, but I didn't see crap. So I really relied on interviews, talking to people. That's why I'm there, right? To meet people, kiss babies, shake hands, all that, right? But in terms of workouts on the field, I haven't seen much. I don't know, but I also don't really care.
So
don't ask me any fantasy football questions just yet. Maybe next week. This week coming up.
Well, but traveling, everything okay?
So not too bad because I've only went to San Jose and Vegas, and those are very short. So short flights are always the best. And I've been flying out of Long Beach, so I've been avoiding the dreaded LAX. So it's been pretty good. No complaints there, actually.
You've flown out of you told me you were gonna fly out of Long Beach.
I'm trying to think of one complaint from the airport, but it hasn't been bad actually. It's been when you travel on a Monday and a Tuesday, it's not bad. I like it.
That is true. I mean, usually when you do other stuff, I mean, it'll be different. But all right, well,
I do get annoyed when people can't figure out the Southwest. The method where you get the number and people don't know where to stand. So I get 20 people asking me where do I stand, and I'm like, come on, like, are we all newbies here? I don't know, maybe we are, but to me, I find that annoying every time. And I thought they were going to get rid of that, but it's still going on.
Well, I mean, if you see, like, there's always guys messing around. There's always guys, people not knowing where they're going. So, yeah, I completely agree with you. I've just been going up and down. Nothing impactful with me, but nothing really. Jim finally gave us a lot to talk about on Monday, and I'm like, remember Fernando, or on Tuesday, I'm like, remember Fernando, this is preseason Jim Harbaugh. He ain't giving you shit during the regular season. Because I asked him who's not. I was like, oh, is so and so going to play? Justin Herbert's not going to play. And he starts naming players. I was like, oh wow. So he gave us. He said Omarion. So Gilbert, he said, I want Gilberto to watch this game. So Omarion Hampton's going to play. So he wants you to watch Omarion Hampton.
I didn't want to watch Trey Lance for 4 quarters, so
I know shit. It's 3. Gilbert, please. It's a couple of it's first quarter, second quarter, a little bit of the third quarter, and then DJ Ulamanga, whatever. Yeah. He's gonna join WWE pretty soon and be one of the bloodline.
Part of the bloodline.
Exactly. No, it's not. It's all good fun. No, he said Tyler Heineke, they know what he's all about, that he feels like Trey Lance needs the reps, that he hasn't gotten in-game reps. And I wrote in my article, I'm sure people were not happy about it, or not people, as in fans, people in the building, because I put the last time he had in-game action, he threw 5 interceptions. Like,
yeah, Taylor Heineke is not that good either.
Yeah, so I'm like,
number 20 on my backup quarterback rankings.
I think the water's right here in his NFL career, and Jim's trying to pull him a little bit down to try and help him out, but I just think it's going to be hard to do that. But Amari and Hampton.
By the way, this past week it was Shark Week, so good reference by you.
Oh yeah. Zion Johnson's the only starter on the offensive line playing. He'll be playing center for.
That tells you everything you need to know about,
about
his position.
I know. It's funny because Dan went on Saturday and he was watching, and he's like, whoever the hell 78 is, he's the best center out there. And I'm like, that's Andre James. And then he's like, whoever 68 is the best left guard out there. And I was like, Jamari Sawyer. I'm like, oof. I was like, all right. No. But
just be excited that we're getting a football game in July, even though it's a preseason game.
It's the first time it's in July since like 2002. And it's the first time the Chargers are playing in the game since 94. By the way, fun fact, I did not know this until I saw somebody tweet it out. Antonio Gates is going into the Hall of Fame this weekend.
Didn't know that?
No, hold on. He's the first Hall of Fame player ever, the first player ever to go into the Hall of Fame and have never played college football. I didn't know that.
I did not know that. Good.
Oh my God, it was a great stat. I was like, wow.
Even like, I guess you can only have punters and kickers in the Hall of Fame, but yeah, right.
Yeah. I was so thrown back by that. Were you there for his last press conference or his last interviews there at his locker or no?
As a player?
Yeah.
I think so, and I think he still wanted to play, and obviously he didn't get another opportunity. But yeah.
No, Eric and I were talking about it the other day, and I'm like, damn, like. Pepe Le Pew Pew. Yes, he did play high school football. He was recruited by Nick Saban to play at Michigan State. Gates went to Michigan State, and Nick Saban told him, well, you have to decide, my guy, basketball or football. And he said, oh, no, if I have to decide, I want to play both. He told him no, so he decided, all right, peace out, I'm out. And that's when he decided to go play.
He knew he had to be football. Nick Saban knew already. He had to be football.
I know. So, but yeah, I saw I forgot all about that. So congratulations to Gates, Eric Allen, Jared Allen. God, I can't remember the fourth person going into the Hall this weekend.
I don't know if I want to jump the gun here because I know your brother brought it up, but the Hall of Fame class for next year is going to be stacked, loaded, and if you get a chance when he comes on, I want to pull up the graphic and see who should make it.
Yeah, no, and we still have to remember there's people from this year that are still, like Reggie Wayne is still there. There's some other guys that are still kind of floating around. But yeah, no, we'll definitely get into all of that on this episode. Gilbert, let me ask you a question. People think, wow, Terry McLaurin. Oh, Sherling Starp. Thank you, Pew Pew Le Pew Pew. Pepe Le Pew Pew.
He's getting in?
Yeah, Sterling Sharp. Wow. Some people thought that was a favor to a certain person that's no longer with ESPN.
Oh.
But I don't know. Allegedly. Well, no, actually, no, it is true. He's been going back to ESPN. 23 million, Gilbert. Can you imagine that? 23 million allegedly. That's crazy. People think that just because Terry McLaurin and Trey Hendrickson are back in their respective teams, they've ended their holdouts, that everything's good. They're gonna do all this. No. From experience, I remember it's because of the fines that they're now holding in. They're like, let's just come back. Let's wait. Let's wait to see if our contract is close or not. But Vic, can you take this off real quick? Gilbert, just this was Trey Hendrickson at his locker today. He was asked about, because he returned today. Uncle Joe Reedy's there on the scene, and Trey said, you know what, Joe's here. Let me come back just for him. But this is what he was asked about where things stand contract-wise.
Things are exactly the same. What I'm not going to do is, as best as I can, avoid being a distraction. I want to help the guys. The guys that have helped me along the way, Demario Davis, Cam Jordan, Even Sam Hubbard helped me a lot when I was here. So to be that right now, I think that's what's most important. And this narrative will kind of iron itself out as we continue to progress towards the season.
So you're working with Shamar Stewart quite a bit. How valuable do you think that is for him right now to work with him?
Well, I mean, Cam Jordan was so valuable to me when I was, maturing in the NFL, and I feel like he's in that state. So if I can help him in any way, that's my goal for being here. And like I said, the plan was be here day one. Things transpired. News happened to me, and we just kind of make decisions as we go.
So he basically said that him and his wife received some news that he had to take off and go back to Florida for some reason. He didn't specify on what.
Oh, okay.
But that's why he missed the start of training camp. Obviously, he said, I don't want to be a distraction. They're still in the same place. I think it was Ian or Breer that said that there's still some language. They only want to give him a 2-year extension. And he's like, no, I kind of want a little bit longer than that. And the guaranteed money is the other thing that they're kind of struggling on. And then Terry McLaurin showed up. I believe he's not practicing either. He's just it's a hold-in as Trey Hendrickson. Trey Hendrickson was seen with Shamar Stewart, as we heard about. But Gilbert, let me ask you an important question. Which player who ended their holdout will make the biggest impact this season? Terry McLaurin or Trey Hendrickson? And I already know where you're going to go with this, but I'm going to ask you anyway.
Because I'm actually thinking about it, but I'm going to go with Terry McLaurin in terms of an impact. Because the Bengals have a crappy defense with or without Trey Hendrickson. So honestly, with the whole trade thing, I'm I really don't think he has much leverage. He for once, maybe I think the Bengals are right to be a little stubborn. Honestly, just pay the guy. He's your one good player. I'm not gonna make a case for the Bengals being right, but if you're gonna be cheap, like the Bengals usually are, Trey Hendrickson is on the wrong side of 30. You have to pay him more than 2 years. Who'll be 33, 34 years old. You just paid Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow. And the tricky part, Trey is not Myles Garrett. He's not TJ Watt. He's not Micah Parsons. So he's kind of level or a tier below that. So if you pay him, are you much better with him? Not really, but you also don't want to waste a Joe Burrow year. So if you're Trey, you're probably thinking, you're looking at that and saying, you know what? I need my money now. Because what if you go into the free agent market and maybe you come off a bad year and then you're also, 31 at the time and you get one of these 1-year deals to prove it. And that's always kind of a bad cycle to get into. So maybe just take the money, whatever. If it's a good number or good enough, maybe Trey just takes it. But also too, if you're Trey, does your pride hurt? Where you know what, they gave me this crappy deal. It's the best I'm gonna get, but do I want to be here for 4 years after they gave me that crappy offer? I got 35 sacks in 2 years, so it's really tricky. I know my pick was Terry McLaurin because he's gonna make an impact. He's still he's not a young wide receiver too, but he's a very impactful player for Jaden Daniels. So to me, that's why I say he's going to get maybe a little bit better contract, being more impactful. But with Trey, man, it's just kind of a crappy situation where he is older. He's been productive. He's on a bad defense. They just paid 2 other guys before him. What can you do if you're the Bengals?
Oh, my God. Who the hell cares?
Thank you. That was a good one, huh? Wait till I play. And Dan's going to have a stroke when I do that.
Where did that come from?
I got that one just for him. I agree with you. And the thing about Terry McLaurin is I think they're celebrating in Washington because they're trying to give him the same contract that the Broncos just gave Sutton. And he's saying that he deserves more than Sutton. And he's like, dude,
sure.
I'm a $30 million a year receiver. So
Courtland Sutton might be the Sam Bradford of wide receivers, man. He's a good wide receiver, but he's not that good. He's on his 4th contract maybe with the Broncos. I don't get it. And
they give him short-term deals.
Yeah, but they can't find the number 1 wide receiver. So hey, Courtland, you're not really a number 1. You're maybe a number 2. You're a starter. I'll give you that. But they can't find anybody else, so they just give this guy the money, and then Bo Nix is on a rookie deal, so that he's benefited, and he's been hurt. He was hurt for a big part of his career. So I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, he was the one. Well, Tim Patrick used to get hurt a lot too, but Courtland used to also torn ACL stuff here and there. But yeah, no, he keeps on surviving in Denver. I'll go with Trey Hendrickson just because what else do you have on defense? Shamar Stewart has come in, but he's on his 3rd practice, and they've kind of been in camp for a couple of days now. Nobody's been in camp as long as the Chargers have. Jesus. But it's been a lot of days. but they've been in camp for a couple of days. He missed all of mini camp. He missed all the rookie camp and all that other stuff. And the thing is, I get it. Like, to some people, that doesn't matter, but it does. You're in the classroom, you're on the field, you're kind of learning some stuff, you're going through stuff. And Trey Hendrickson is the only person that makes an impact on that defense. He led the league in sacks last year, and I feel like he makes a huge impact. Terry McLaurin is huge for Jaden Daniels and everything. And if I believe that both of them would be willing to sit out moving forward. Like, if they don't get a deal by week 1, I could see both of them sitting out. And for Jaden Daniels, he needs Terry McLaurin. That's his security blanket. That's the receiver he looks at. On the other side, good luck rushing the passer. The Bengals, let's see, week 1, I'm sure they have the toughest game week 1, I think.
It's the Browns, Cleveland, so they're okay with Browns.
The toughest game week 1 is right off the bat, Baltimore and Buffalo. I was like, damn, all right. Like, week 1, we get it started with those two. So, but
it's a good game.
Yeah. Obviously, we don't know who the Browns are going to. Well, I think we all know who the Browns are going to have at quarterback. But they keep on making yeah, exactly. So I would go with Trey Hendrickson, but I think both of these guys, if they're missing, their team respectfully will be missing a key component, especially because, well, the Giants come to the Commanders, so I guess they can hold out there. But then the Commanders go to Green Bay. So I definitely think that both of them need to get these guys signed. But you went McLaurin, I will go Hendrickson. So real quick, worst signing of the free agency 2024: Christian Wilkins, Raiders; Kirk Cousins, Falcons; Jaguars, Gabe Davis; Gardner Minshew, Raiders.
It has to be Kirk Cousins. He got $90 million guaranteed, and he started half a season. And then, okay, here are the keys, Michael Penix Jr. So I get it. You want to have protection for a quarterback, and 2 is better than 1. But, like, you don't have to pay Kirk Cousins coming off an Achilles injury, $90 million guaranteed. I think he made another $10 million for being on the roster this year because the owner is stubborn and they don't want to just get rid of the guy for no reason. So here's my $100 million backup quarterback. So to me, that's terrible. We want to give the Falcons a break because, yes, you prioritize the best position on your roster. You double down and you got Michael Penix Jr. But, like, you probably did your scouting report well ahead of free agency and you still paid Kirk Cousins. Like, you had the number 8 pick. You probably had an idea you're going to take the rookie quarterback and you still go and pay Kirk Cousins. I don't know. To me, that's just a bad look. But they got bailed out. I think I'm actually higher, Fernando. I think you've been high on Penix Jr., but I feel like a lot of people are not talking about him for year 2.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of guys that a lot of people aren't talking about because they think it was a one-year wonder. But Penix got some games. He basically did what Mahomes. Well, Mahomes only got 1 game, but he basically got a little bit of taste of it, and now he's going to be ready to go. And then they have very good weapons. They have a very good OC over there. My thing is with them, though, I think the reason why I wouldn't put Cousins, I was going to go Cousins, but then I thought about it, and the same way that I did it earlier when I said, or a year ago when I said, you know what, drafting Michael Penix is not bad for them. I think it's actually smart. Now I'm going to go vice versa. He's been hurt in the past, Michael Penix. So I think they're keeping Kirk Cousins just in case. And I know that it's an expensive backup, but at least you have a backup that expensive, and he's not as very good as he used to be. But it's a backup that you bring in, and he knows the game. He had good moments last year. He had moments against both games against Tampa Bay. I think they beat Tampa Bay both games. So and that was with him at quarterback.
They had 500 yards in that Thursday night game.
Exactly. They had some other games where obviously it was just terrible. Against the Chargers, he basically gave that game away to them. So that was a terrible game. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Christian Wilkins. All that money, and he's gone after 1 year. He played 1 game against the Chargers, I think, and that was it.
I think he played like 5 games. Yeah,
5 games. Okay, whatever. He played against it. Well, I remember. I thought he got hurt against the Chargers. Okay, my bad. Never mind. But I do remember that he played 5 games. That's it. That's all you're gonna give me, and it's over $100 million. Everybody knows that the whole kissing a teammate thing. That's all. I think that's all bullshit. I smell bullshit. There's no way. Unless
Fernando, you there?
He doesn't know where the hell the HR department is with the Raiders. Like, who knows? Nobody knows where the HR department is. I've watched too much of The Office to know that, and I've worked in offices before to know that nobody knows where the HR is, unless you're called in there. But I just think there's something with the NFLPA and him and all that. So I'm interested to see who is interested in him. I know I've seen Patriots fans, Charger fans. I've seen fans of other teams say, "Oh, we really want him. We really want him."
I would not be interested in that guy.
But who knows how long he's going to be injured for? Who knows if he's going to be able to play? And 2 and 3, who knows if he's going to be able to play at the level that he did when he was with Miami? So, and I think this is a terrible signing for the other thing of now. Oh, Jorge, you're terrible. Now you leave Max Crosby on an island by himself, and maybe there's players that come out and they play better. I think I saw Tyree Wilson. They thought that Tyree Wilson's played practice well. No. I don't know. But now you leave Max Crosby on an island where there's nobody else. It's just basically him as the big name on that defense. And now you're looking around to see what else is on that. I know Kuntz has been very good in the past. Oh, it was Kuntz, right? Kuntz is the one that got hurt against or what?
No, I'm just saying like Pete Carroll said yesterday, because I was there, like this guy is still behind. I'm like, he's not going to be the same guy from 2 years ago when he was playing for a different coaching staff. I know the DC is still there, but like the Raiders have a whole lot of problems defensively, and for him to be like, you Christian Wilkins are too much of a headache, we don't care, get the hell out of here, it says a lot.
Did Vic, that was the game, right? That was the Kuntz is the one that played only one against the Chargers and then got hurt.
Probably right. I don't know, but he got hurt.
Oh, I thought he got hurt in the Charger game. Somebody got hurt in that Charger game. I remember the first game.
Somebody definitely got hurt, but I don't know who.
Somebody did. I know somebody did.
Get hurt every game.
Yeah, I just can't remember who it was. I'm not saying Kuntz. At least I'm not doing with what McAfee did. Remember Harold R. Gardner. Oh, Gardner Minshew's the one that got hurt. Oh yeah. I remember somebody somebody in the press box was very excited when Aiden O'Connell went in. I saw a fist bump. But toaster strudel. But yeah, I think Christian Wilkins, for all the money that he got, and now he's gonna obviously get into it, and he's gonna want grievance and everything, and he's gonna want that money. So it'll be interesting to see where they land on this. But yeah, I think that toaster strudel. I don't know. But yeah, no, I definitely think that Wilkins is the bigger one. Gabe Davis also, like, he came off of that 4-touchdown performance in Kansas City, and then obviously didn't do it. He's still a free agent, and part of me thought maybe the Chargers would take a look at him, especially because he's a big-bodied. He's kind of that Mike Williams, but then there's something there that I'm sure teams just don't want. There's a lot of receiver talent out there. Amari Cooper still out there, Keenan Allen, Gabe Davis. There's a bunch of people, a bunch of receivers out there that are like, wow, they're just. And I think Jordan Schultz put out the other day that Keenan's just waiting to see where everything is out there. Forgot about Bryce Huff to the Eagles. What?
Yeah, it's another.
Bryce Huff. Oh yeah.
Who is what the?
Wait, what about the dude from the Jets? The one that was wearing a kimono over in Japan, and he didn't even go and play. Hassan Reddick. He didn't even play for the Jets.
He's with the Buccaneers, right?
Yeah, he was in that Huff trade. But yeah,
right.
Gardner Minshew just doesn't do anything for me. So he's a Raider now, or a Chief now. That looks really weird.
There's a lot more from that free agency class, though. Like, it kind of just shows you how every freaking March fans are saying, sign that guy, please, we need that guy. And like, you don't build the team through the free agency, you build them through the draft. So like,
well, if you notice, like
Christian Wilkins, but like maybe it's a good thing to have young guys, earn their role and be competitive and step up. That's the way you do it. It's a young man's game in the NFL.
Well, if you look at it, it's all the older coaches, like all 4 coaches in the division in the AFC West. None of them went for a splashy free agent signing. I mean, the other one that you could think about maybe got overpaid was that tackle from the 49ers that the Chiefs brought in.
Yeah.
And now supposedly Josh Simmons from Ohio State, from San Diego, obviously. Supposedly he's playing really well at left tackle for them. So
he's healthy already, which is weird.
Yeah. Healthy?
Like he's on track to maybe start week 1.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, so it'd be the one that might not play that week 1 game in down there is Rashee Rice in Brazil.
Right, suspended.
They're expecting a suspension before this.
The longest, suspension ever. Like just announce it already.
I told somebody the other day, yeah, he should be suspended. Well, nobody died. I'm like, this time. I'm like, what are we talking about? Like, yeah, I don't know. By the way, I saw somewhere that like Henry Ruggs is like he's training in prison to get ready to make a comeback in the NFL. He's only 25 years old. Like he's gonna be 26, 27 when he gets released. Oh, the Raiders are gonna keep him. They're gonna keep Chip Kelly's gonna be excited. He's gonna be like that guy in my offense, or Andy Reid's gonna be like, hey, I have had no problems in the past going for guys like this. Let me bring him in again. So.
Well, yeah, he took Michael Vick after he killed all those dogs.
Whoa. By the way, he did not go to prison for that. He went to prison for tax evasion. The more you know.
Thought he went to prison for killing dogs.
Hell no. I think it was tax evasion. I remember. Oh, one of my uncles is a hippie dippy, and he told me he's like, he went for tax evasion, not killing all those dogs. I was like, oh shoot. And I was like, damn. And I looked it up, and it did say it was tax evasion. So I believe it was tax evasion. But whatever. We'll get into it. All right. Let us bring in Vic, the producer, and let us see how he's doing. He's been gone for one episode, so let's see how he's been doing. I'm glad he's alive and well. Vic, how are you doing?
Doing good. Happy to be back.
Yeah, exactly.
I missed being on the West Coast.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. How do you feel about your team being full of criminals, Victor? Or I guess Christian Wilkins is not a criminal. He just gets somebody's top of the head.
Allegedly.
I don't know. I'm actually really interested to see how your tour went with the Raiders, because last time we were there, we all fell into the whole, this looks a lot more different than before, and I fell for it, and I hope you didn't this time.
This is funny. Well, hold on. What did Vic? I still don't understand your vacation.
Okay,
I saw you in like 6 different places. So
okay,
where did you go?
Yeah. So originally, what was supposed to happen was we were gonna go visit Megan's sister in Vermont, and then part of the deal was I was gonna go because I don't know, like, just kind of letting everybody know that I started doing a Major League Ballpark tour like back in 2011. And I kind of stopped doing it just because of money and whatever different things came up. So I needed one more stadium to kind of get all 30 of the stadiums done. And it was Fenway. And Fenway was about 3 hours away from where her sister lived. So we were going to go on Sunday. But Megan had told me that she had never been to Chicago. And we were going to have a layover in Chicago. I was like, well, why don't we just go a couple days before, go do Chicago? And so I took her on all the touristy stuff in Chicago on Sunday and Monday, and we ended up going to Wrigley. So that was actually really cool too. So we got to do all the touristy stuff. I had a great time in Chicago. Chicago was awesome.
Did you piss in the urinal?
No, I did not. But we did the whole
that's a touristy
stuff.
Thing.
I know, you're right. That's true.
Jorge, they're all criminals. What are you talking? Well, not Wilkins, the other guys. So you did the tour of the stadium?
No. So like kind of like the touristy stuff that you're supposed to do, like
the bean
outside of Wrigley. You know, you go and you have a Chicago dog. You go and we're not big fans of the deep dish, but we did go to like Chicago style pizza, because the deep dish is actually not the style of pizza that is originated from Chicago, I guess. I don't know, it was weird, but we went to go to another place that actually had like the locals were like, hey, you should try out this place instead of doing the whole Giordano's thing. So we did the Sky Deck, which was awesome. Did the went into Chinatown via like a boat taxi. That was awesome. So yeah, good stuff.
Where did you get
it was Pat's Pizza in Chicago. It's near Wrigley. It's up there. And then like trying to figure out the whole train thing too. Like that was pretty cool. Like it reminded me like I mean last time I went to Chicago was with Gilbert when I first started my tour, but yeah, like trying to figure that out again was an adventure, but it's cool, man. Like you can get around everywhere there through the train, so I enjoyed my time. And then it was just pretty much just chilling in Vermont. Went to Ben and Jerry's. Actually, I got a shirt from up there. I didn't know that Ben and Jerry's actually started out there, so that was really cool. Got to kind of do the tour of Ben and Jerry's in Vermont.
Did you yeah, that's what. So when Gilbert, Dan and I went to Philly for the Eagles game a couple years ago, well, Gilbert and I went to go cover it, Dan went to go watch the game. I remember I asked my buddy who's from Philly, and I'm like, hey, which cheesesteak place do I go to? He's like, neither one of those two.
Yes,
they suck. And I was like, oh really? He's like, go across go to these two. So he gave us 2 or 3 places to go to. Oh my god, they were all incredible. And I wanted to go to Pat's or one of those for the nostalgia, because every time on Sunday Night Football they always show that, and you're like, oh, there he is.
There we
go. Joe
Morley, we got somebody here for you that we know you love, you like to listen to. Let us bring in the 4th member of this.
Oh, okay. I have more comments to say my name. I don't want to.
Let us bring in. Let us bring in. Is he ready? Hey, thumbs up if you're ready. Are you ready? He's ready? All right.
That's right, baby. 4-1 out for the Hulkster. Can we just all just
get out of
our
here
heads real quick? Can we bow our heads real quick?
The most overrated wrestler of all time.
Whoa.
The leg drop, and that's all we have.
Can we all please bow our heads for a moment of silence, please? Just for the Hulkster. God, as you get your greatest warrior ever to leg drop Satan, we know he single-handedly...
Look down, because he's below, not up.
Whoa. Sorry. Let me look the other way. We're not talking about Eddie Guerrero, and he just ruined my whole thing.
Eddie Guerrero is definitely up.
No, but you don't remember the promo. You don't remember the promo clearly.
No. Terry
He had some...
Oh, yeah. The character American Hero.
What are you talking about? The Hulkster won the Cold War for us besides Rocky. What are you talking about? On top of that, your beloved Rock? Who's the first one in film?
I'm more of an
probably
Iron
the Hulkster, baby. Oh, yeah, that... never mind. I was about to say the T word.
Andre the Giant body slammed them out of heaven.
Yeah. I'm more of an Andre the Giant.
Right. You guys are hating. He said some non-kosher things that no one's going to defend.
No, that's Terry Bollea. That's
the wrestler. Like the wrestler.
Hogan, the wrestler.
Who's the porn video? Terry or Hulkster? I forget.
Whoa. That was Terry.
Terry was a fiend. Terry was a fiend. Yeah, I'm gonna hang up a little. I'm gonna hang up a
Hulk
little.
Hogan was an icon.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang up a little Hulk Hogan. Believe brother picture in my classroom. Shout out to the
Hulkster. So Vic. Then you went to the Red Sox. How was that? Fenway Park.
Oh man, I'll say this: like Chicago and Boston, in terms of their fans, they're awesome. I mean, we like I took my Dodger hat into Chicago, and we were having conversations there with people from the Cubs. Same thing with at Fenway with a bunch of Dodger fans there. Like really cool to see Red Sox just having a good conversation. Very welcoming. So I had an awesome time. They lost, but they always lose when I go see them. So that's why I stopped going to games for that reason.
That sounds like my buddy Hitch.
Chicago was, I think the Chargers got lucky. The Bears kicker missed a field goal that went like wide right or wide left.
What are you talking
2019.
about?
I don't know if you guys remember, but that was the last time I was there.
The doink?
2019.
Yeah, that was a bad game too.
Yeah, it was a doink.
Yeah.
2019. Yeah. I'm in 2025. I got Jimbo. I don't want to think
just
about
saying the last time I was in Chicago was that game.
Dan, tell everybody where you were at last night.
Oh, big baseball guy over here. I don't know if you know that. I was It was funny. I was at the Western Metal Supply or whatever. So it includes food and drink, so you could imagine how expensive the ticket was. Let's just say I finished plus $14. That's how hard I went yesterday. So that was a lot of fun. You know, it was funny because one of my best friends is a Mets fan for whatever reason, whatever made up reason he has. And the whole time, you know me, I was shit talking. I was in Charger gear. Which, by the way, it's funny because 2 people complimented my Charger gear, but apparently San Diego hates them. I don't know, but it was great. I had a great time. You know, I didn't even care who won. I just kept yelling baseball. I yelled strike. I was shitting on my buddy the whole time because the Mets were playing. It was a great time. I had a good time, dude. I freaking went to town on it. I'll tell you that. I got plus $14 at the end. It was a lot of fun. I just don't like Tuesday night games because then, like, now I'm tired and I didn't do a lot of the stuff that I wanted to do. So that's the only bummer. I'm not a fan
I
of
can
that.
tell the energy level's down, Dan.
Well,
You're not being
I'm not
Dan
gonna
Diego right now. You're just Dan to me.
Well, I'm still on a certain campus where I may or may not be employed. Got to get the whole stuff. Brother.
You're talking about Hulk Hogan on a school campus? Come on.
That Hulk Hogan is a hero. He's an icon. What are we talking about?
In the 80s.
Dude, like,
Dan, what would he tell you? Eat your vitamins, say your
prayers, and freaking Hulk up, baby, and eat your hold on. Say your prayers, eat your vitamins. I don't know why you hate on Hulk Hogan, dude. If it wasn't for Hulk Hogan, there is no WWE. Like,
if Hulk Hogan had a Hall of Fame vote, he wouldn't have Booker T in it. All right, that's all I'll say.
You love Booker T.
Hey,
Booker T. I'll tell you one thing. Booker T did do he thanked him for everything and shouted him out. Yeah, a bunch of wrestlers did.
Everybody loves
Booker. A bunch of guys. Ray.
Yeah.
Got a bunch of people crying.
Didn't Booker T drop the N-word when he was doing like a promo against Hulk? I forget.
That's why I thought Hulk thought he could say it. That's why he thought, oh, okay, like he said it.
All right, okay, Vince McMahon.
He was with the Iron Sheik. Are we going to talk about the Nature Boy and all his shenanigans when he died?
Dude, he was on TMZ and he goes, yeah, for some reason I think I'm next. I was like, oh God. Oh. Well, but a helicopter fell and he like jumped out or whatever. Like he was able to survive a helicopter. Like he's nuts. But all right, Gilbert, the tour, how was it? Vic obviously wants just Raider talk. So
no, I don't. I'm actually.
We'll go to 49ers after. We'll go in reverse. What was it like at the Raiders? Now they have a new head coach in Pete Carroll. They have Geno Smith in there. Dan has a bet with Eric over it. What did you make of the Raiders when you were out there?
So the Raiders are kind of like two stories. Like the defense, I think is going to be pretty bad unless Patrick Graham really has a great scheme where it's more about plug and play, know your assignment. You don't need the star power. Max Crosby, play with your hair on fire. Maybe they'll be okay. It doesn't look like it right now. Where you're getting Pete Carroll hyping up Jamal Adams and Devin White. Like, no, please. He was already cut by the time I got there. All right, Joe. Joe, you've been out there a couple of times. Maybe, I don't know.
I love all those Clemson tapes that came up where he was spanking guys. Maybe the Bears will sign him, and him and Caleb will have a good time together.
Okay.
Anyway, that's part of the reason why I feel like this story is a little forced, the whole kissing thing, because he's kind of like that as a character. But I'm sure there's gonna be more that comes out of really why he's gone, but we'll find out in the future. But they got a whole problems defensively, and I don't know. Maybe I'm not trying to sound like I'm this big timer, but like I get tired of the press conferences like on day 4 or 5 because instead of getting the star players, you get the C players or the player who like it's not good anymore, but they want to say he's in the best shape of his life. Like having Pete Carroll hype up Devin White and Jamal Adams kind of told me everything. Like you need some bodies there to form a defense, but it might be a long year. Offensively, I'm actually pretty intrigued. I like Geno Smith to an extent. He's a good quarterback. He's not the great quarterback, but he's good. It's gonna be better than the guys I had last year. I really like Brock Bauer. He's a legit weapon there. I want to see what Ashton Genting does. Like I'll say this, I'm a little concerned about Genting because when you see him up close, he's a tiny guy. Like you see him in the college football game, standing upright, like he's Michael Myers. He's like freaking like the Hulkster out there, keeping the Hulk Hogan theme. Like he's pretty bulky, but you stand next to him.
No one's like the Hulkster. No,
I'm like 5'9", 5'10", 5'8".
Not a real American. You're not a real American. That's a problem.
I don't know, but Genty is a smaller guy, and I worry about the wear and tear, especially if you're going to require him to run the football a lot. He was great in college. He was great at Boise State, but the size, just seeing him up close is kind of concerning.
Dude, like that was the whole thing when they were talking about the Raiders. I was like, it's not Tom Brady. You know what I mean? At quarterback. So if they're going to rely on this kid, who knows?
You got to run the ball, yeah.
Whole season, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, who knows how this kid's going to be? Who knows how
did the offensive line look?
Again, they were in the far corner.
Oh,
yeah. which I got lucky. Every time I go, I get the indoor session. When they're outdoors, that's when the regular people like Joe Morley are out there. Just kidding, Joe, you're great. So when they're outdoors, they have the season ticket holders or the fans be out there. When they're indoors, it's pretty closed off. And, you would think that the media would get more access, but whenever they're indoors, they're super far away. They won't let us see anything. I did see Max Crosby trying to get into a fight. It was weird. Like, I think it was 2 other players that got into a fight, but for some reason, Max Crosby got in the middle of it and took him a while to break it up. But like I've been saying all along, it's going to be a year where they want to have some building blocks. You want to set the foundation, but there's nothing really to get excited about besides, hey, you might win 8 games, you might win 9. If you win 10, so be it. But don't let it be like 2021 where you make the playoffs and then you do nothing for 2 or 3 years. So you make the playoffs, build on it, and maybe eventually find your quarterback of the future. But to me, they have a lot of problems defensively.
Go ahead, Vic.
No, I was just gonna ask. So, I guess what has been kind of like the takeaway from the reporters there? Because like that was a big thing for me last year. With
Vic.
Yes,
reporters were out. I mean, come on.
That's why I
know.
Exactly. You know what I'm talking about, Fernando.
My friend and colleague.
Well, the Raiders beat has changed a lot too, by the way.
Oh yeah.
The Raiders what?
The Raiders beat has changed a lot in this past offseason.
Oh yeah.
Paul is now working for the Raiders. Paul Gutierrez. Vic Tafer is now covering the 49ers for the Athletics. So those are two big guys right there. I saw Vic in San Jose or Santa Clara to be exact, and great to see him. And
thank you for being exact. I appreciate it. Now be exact about Hulk Hogan's career.
Love catching up with that guy. I actually saw Vic Tafer also in Lake Tahoe or South Lake Tahoe to be exact.
Thank you.
Then,
thank you for your
and then I saw Paul in his Raiders gear.
You know what? I know why you're angry. I know why you're angry. Joy Taylor, Shannon Sharp.
All right.
I couldn't care less about that.
Gilbert, did you see Deontay?
Wait till we have Eric on. I'm going to ask him.
No, I did not.
Okay.
Was I supposed to?
Well, I guess that's a talk coming out of there. Did I could already see Gilbert in the back.
Was Devin White apparently
during the press conferences?
I don't know, man. Like, credit to the Raiders. They brought out like 5 people, but to me, like, I didn't care about any of them. And then, after a while, it's like people just want to hear themselves talk, and that's always my problem when I'm in these pressers. Like, hey, just get to the point. Boom, boom, boom. And credit to our guy Adam Hill, who, he showed up a little late for personal reasons. I won't give the guy crap. But then he shows up. Suddenly the questions are better. So Adam Hill holding it down there with the Raiders.
He's a dog.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's like you said, the beats changed a lot in the last couple.
And Adam was great because he's like, "Hey, Pete Carroll just said you're back. What do you want to say about that?" That's what I want. I want to hear what Devin White thinks about being back. And he actually was not delusional. He was like, "You know what? I've had some rough couple years, but if Pete Carroll says I'm back because I'm having fun, so be it. But I still got to prove myself." So I did like that part from Devin White.
Dude, what's crazy is that Devin White was like when they won that Super Bowl, Devin White was the one like cleaning house, knocking dudes out. Like he played.
I forgot they won that Super Bowl too, or it was with.
No, him and Levante David made a great duo. Yeah,
he was drafted in 2019, number 6, and then he had a couple good years, and then he fell off and lost his job, and he got cut or traded.
49ers. I know you read. I read your use check. Article.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty insightful. I mean, hey, we lost some guys, but we still have guys here that can still play, and we can still be a good team. What did you make of what you learned at the 49ers camp?
So that's been the only practice I've seen so far where I've gone 11 on 11, best on best, and I gotta say Brock Purdy, who's a new father, like he was slinging it. I get it. The people are out there and pads and shorts.
Slinging it in what way? Did he upload it to a certain side
football, not like Hulk Hogan in that one movie.
Sorry.
Whoa.
We speak ill and the dead here all of a sudden.
Okay, Brock Purdy was lighting it up. How about that?
Hilbert's was a Brock Purdy fan because he's a new father. Okay,
but also keep in mind, Brock Purdy is playing this new look 49ers defense. There's a lot of inexperience too, so he was picking them apart. It's like Nick Bosa and Fred Warner, and that's about it. So this is where
the Super Bowl.
What was that?
He couldn't do that in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, it's a Chiefs defense, man. It's very good. You know that, Dan.
Oh my God, there it is. He pulled out the ball.
Twice.
When are you going to Kansas City? That's the one you're excited for.
What about
Let me
Christian
get through this
McCaffrey?
anyway. Huh?
What about Christian McCaffrey?
You know how it is in training camp. The running backs don't get a lot of action, but he was out there, getting some work. He looked healthy. He was out there, so that's good.
I was about to say being out there is good enough, dude. Are you kidding me?
And Kyle Juszczyk was pretty much like telling me, like, hey, like, let's slow down on this whole, like, the 49ers got good at this offseason. Like, he listed a bunch of players that are still there. And it kind of like the 49ers are that one team that's kind of making me try to fall for them because they do have an easy schedule and they do still have a lot of good players. And they're really hyping up their new defensive front. I think their first 3 draft picks were for the defensive front. Michael Williams, Alfred Collins, Nick Collins, I think. I forget. Or Nick Wright. No, that's a freaking Nick wrong guy. Anyways, Nick Martin. So they're all for the defensive front, but they're very young. And Robert Saleh spoke the day that I went, and he seemed like he's a big fan of Michael Williams, and he kind of knows defensive line, does he? I forget. But he got some misses
Trent
too.
Williams was speaking highly of him too.
He compared him to Forrest Buckner. So Michael Williams, who was on my top 5 draft bust for the NFC, unfortunately. I will see if I'm wrong or right. Maybe that's a blessing for Michael. I think Dan will agree to that. But they are
reverse curse.
They have an easy schedule. They have a lot of good core players. They have a lot of youth defensively. They might be sneaky good, but to me, they're not that powerhouse that they used to be, as you guys know. But there is a lot of promise, and they may surprise people.
So yeah, I mean that's why I chose them last with my pick, because I thought, you know what, with their easy schedule, they could take teams by surprise and everything. So, all right, well that was Hilberto's.
I can't wait till you cut a video about that, Joe. I can't wait.
I can't wait to see what you do at Stafford Stadium, Seattle, Denver. I've seen a lot of stuff out of Denver. They're like, oh, Bo Nix is really slinging it, and he looks so good, and this and that. And I'm like, I'll wait till Gilbert gets out there to see what he sees.
I want to see their defense. They have
the person that did it has a history with Sean Payton, so I was like, okay, I don't allegedly, but I'm not really
allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
All right,
getting it
let us go real quick to the LA teams. Again, Matthew Stafford. He has a back issue. He's week to week, according to Sean McVay. Look, from one side of the aisle, I say, what does he need to be in there for? You need him during the regular season, not during training camp. So, yeah, give him a little bit of a rest, let him kind of get back into it. But then on the other side, I'm like, well, no, he needs to be practicing. Him and Devontae have no chemistry. We've seen in the past, Devontae without Aaron Rodgers, the chemistry really isn't there. I mean, by the way, I love that ESPN LA asked him about him and Jimmy. He's like, oh, me and Jimmy are cool, man. Like,
sure,
we're good. So I'm like, so you were only crying.
Jimmy and Matthew Stafford?
No, Jimmy G and Devontae. Remember in that quarterback show or whatever, the NFL receiver show, Devontae's crying on, or I don't know if he was crying or not. He just had his head down and he was pissed off. Yeah. So
get out of here. That's right.
So my question to both of you guys is, with Stafford now out, which aisle are you going down? The one he should be out. Well, it sucks. It's going to hurt them. He needs to be there to build chemistry. Or, well, he's an older guy. You don't want him breaking down halfway through the year. Vic, I'll start off with you.
I think the biggest thing that we've learned from Matthew Stafford, since the offseason, is the fact that he played with some broken ribs towards the end of the season. And that might be a reason why they struggle, during the end of the season. I mean, the other thing too is a lot of people are focusing on what they did against the Eagles, and he played really good, but he also was able to rest a little bit. They gave him a couple of weeks, if you remember, at the end of the season. So that really helped him a lot. So for me, I think this is a good thing to do right now. We know that the Rams and Sean McVay, we know how they do things. They're not going to put him out there. They're going to wait till the beginning of the season, and he'll be ready for week 1. But at the same time, it also gives Jimmy G an opportunity in case, we've seen what this team can look like if they don't have. This team will go as far as Matthew Stafford takes them. If it's Jimmy G, forget about it. I mean, this team has no chance. And, especially when you look at the 49ers schedule, And the other two teams, I'm kind of intrigued by the 49ers and the Cardinals. I'm actually really I'm looking forward to hearing what Gilbert has to say about the Cardinals after his visit, because that's another team that no, I'm not going to join you. I'm not doing that again. But I'm not joining
you haven't even
on that
gone yet.
train.
How are you back on the wagon?
Well, I like what they did defensively this offseason.
Yeah, he's been picking the Cardinals. And I got baited.
I like him better than the Seahawks, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I told him about the Raiders, and then he told me about the Cardinals last season, and never mind. It's just turned into a So I'm not doing that this.
That's why I like that Dan is a one-team train. He just
that's all it is.
Sticks to one team.
Yeah, where's that coming? No Super Bowls in 60 years, Dan.
Whoa.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not you, and just jump on the hottest team and dump it as soon as
hottest team. Did you not remember my 7 picks to make the playoffs last year, and I got 0? No.
Yeah, but either way, all you do is pick the Chiefs anyway. All you do is go Old Faithful.
I didn't have one guaranteed.
Gilbert,
team.
what do you now? I want to see what you think. What do you think about this?
Part of me is pretty concerned for the Rams, like especially that report that came out that he got injured and on vacation or something, right? He messed up. It's a back thing. He's older.
Oh, he messed it up on vacation.
That's what the report said.
He was trying to win the wife back from trying to go with their other quarterback or
with Jimmy G.
Luckily, they have these nice beds to sleep on. The rest of the back, because him and his wife are in that commercial. Have you seen it, Dan? Whatever. I thought you knew because you brought her up. Anyways,
no. I just said it because the idiot was on her podcast talking about her,
backup quarterbacks. Jimmy G. All right.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And then like Sean McVay is like, oh, he's gonna come back in a week, and it's like, actually, no, let's go another week. I'm like, that's not a good look. No way. Sean McVay is like just kind of, guessing here. It's like he knows what's going down. He's like, oh crap, this guy needs more time here. So, he's older. It kind of gives me 2022 vibes a little bit. For the most part, I think after that they don't have a lot of injuries, so maybe it's not 2022 again. And also, another positive thing for them is the schedule is pretty easy to open the month. So maybe you lose that Texans game with Jimmy G, but you beat the Titans the following week with Jimmy G. You do play the Eagles, I want to say early on, but you need this guy for the long stretch. And obviously, that they were capable of coming back from like a 1-3 deficit or what is it, 1-4? Who knows? But
they've been under 3 games under 500 the past 2 years and made the playoffs.
But we're probably headed to another divisional round exit or a wild card exit. Who knows? Or it's like 2022 all over again. But this is on my radar. It's not a good look. You got all this hype to be a Super Bowl contender. Familiar. What was that?
I said, who was covering the team in 2022?
I think I know. I think it's a certain. Oh, there he is, Rams.
And that's what I feel like when it comes to the Rams, that it's always 1 year yes, 1 year no. That's kind of
like
way.
The 49ers.
We'll see. They're going to take some teams by surprise.
Too? Like, dude, you have your dad who won 2 Super Bowls and you can't figure it out. Like, that's crazy. Maybe Big Mike over there sacrificed his son's success and he told the football gods, "Give it to me, give it to me." Because he's won 2 Super Bowls. Other homeboys lost 2. So
on the Chargers side of things, obviously not a lot going on. Omari and Hampton will play tomorrow, like we mentioned earlier. They did sign Rashawn Slater to a big contract. He's the highest paid offensive lineman in the NFL. Obviously, the Chargers. I was really interested to see Gilbert. This was the first time that the GM Joe Ortiz was presented with something like this. So I was interested to see what tactic he was going to take with it and what he was going to do. And he decided to do it. No,
he didn't draft him either.
Yeah. And he didn't draft him. So that's what I was telling Dan. That's what shows them, oh, okay, this is the kind of player we have here. They decided to pay him. Because I know a lot of fans last year, if you remember Gilbert, Vic, and Dan, because you guys were on that live stream, fans were thinking that Joe Alt was coming in because Rashawn Slater wasn't going to come back after this year, and Joe Alt was just going to move to left tackle. But they said, no, let's keep everybody where they're at and let's move forward with that, which I think is smart. Obviously, at a Givens moment, at a moment's notice, Joe Alt could switch over to left tackle and do the job there. So we've seen it. I saw it during training camp down here in San Diego for the 2 practices. So he does a good job. But Dan, anything on Rashawn Slater, or you want us to move on?
We can move on because I mean I don't want to talk too much about the contract because obviously then the tweets will get brought up that there was a little rumor out there and someone was getting attacked, and we don't need to go through there. But I'm excited. I mean, we're gonna see what happens.
Fireworks or
no?
I was about to say you didn't see that. That's more important.
Dove Kleinman got word that, or I don't know who it is that controls that page, but they got word that that Slater basically waited for his divorce to allegedly.
I was gonna bring that up if that was true.
I was about to say, dude, I was
that came out.
That came out.
Dropping the hook. I was dropping the hook, and you guys weren't taking it.
Well, no, they didn't
follow his account.
They didn't hear about that. So then she quote tweeted him and was like, "This is disgusting. I'm supportive of him. What are we doing?" I'm like, okay, I'm supportive, but like, there's a reason why.
That's what I was just gonna bring up. Like, was like the whole Eric Spoelstra thing.
Well,
too?
dude,
like
that started circulating again, and I just started laughing. I was like, "Oh, damn!"
So he put basically. We don't know, but it looks like he pulled a Russell Wilson.
Yeah. I mean,
he has a new girlfriend already who's a pop singer.
No, I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that, but like he waited allegedly waited for the divorce and all that. So.
And fuck it, date whoever as long as it gets us a title, dude.
And I haven't brought this up. We haven't even been on House of Horns for a couple of weeks, but I'm sure you guys have heard about the whole Puka thing too with the.
I saw that one too.
Yeah,
I saw something, but I don't know what it was. What was it?
So he made his girlfriend. He wants his girlfriend to take a paternity test.
Oh, she wants.
No, she did. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. She wants him to take a paternity test.
Why would she want it?
Well, to prove it's his child.
Yeah. So, like, if that's for sure his child, you get the.
Okay.
Fellas, don't be silly. Wrap your willy. Don't do it.
Yeah,
but it's weird because I thought who knows if it's true, but I thought Puka and her announced it together and they were fine and happy about it. But who knows?
Yeah,
crazy
friend is
crazy is his specialty.
Child. He's the poster child of it. I'll tell you that.
All right, let us move on. Let me ask you guys. Obviously, Vic, can you take this off real quick? Obviously, the big thing when a new head coach takes over is how aggressive is he going to be? What are practices going to look like? Well, this happened today. There was 4 fights at Cowboys practice.
I'm glad they have music playing. That really calms them down, I guess.
So what they did next at the end of practice is Brian Schottenheimer said, "You guys wanna fight? You guys are gonna run gassers."
They're not running, they're fucking jogging. Get them over there.
So basically, my question to you guys is, and basically what he said, let me quote tweet it. He didn't really, there was nothing that he had said. Oh no, he said, "You want to fight? Let's fucking fight. Get your asses on the line." And he made them run the rest of practice. Well, Dan, you're obviously the coach here. Take away the running and all that. They're not running, whatever. But do you think that's a good sign for Brian Schottenheimer?
Yeah, I mean, he's not afraid at least to discipline him, which is good. But I mean, if you're having this, because obviously training camp, fall camp, you're going to get a fight or two if you're pushing and doing some good stuff for the most part. But I mean, if it's like a reoccurring habit, like that's a problem. I
haven't seen your team do anything, Dan, in the 2 years of him.
That's because everybody sings for he's a jolly good fellow and they're having a good time over there. But I mean, I think at one point maybe you start finding people hitting the back pocket. That's going to hurt a lot more than fake running some gassers. So, but I mean, I don't know if it's cause for concern yet, obviously because I haven't been out there. But I mean, like. That's gonna be a thing that obviously with younger coaches, players try and push the envelope and try and get close to that line. So it's gonna be the Cowboys to me are fascinating just because of this situation. So it's definitely gonna be something to monitor and look at because I'm wondering if it would be like a Gerard Merrill situation, or if it's just that bad of a year, they're just gonna cut bait
I have a
and go.
conspiracy theory about all this too.
Oh, really? You think they're taking for Arch?
I have 2 conspiracy theories that I'll give you guys at the end of the show. Remind me. I'll give you both of my conspiracy theories. Vic,
taking for Arch.
what did you? Shut up, idiot. What did you see? What did you see? Or what do you think about that?
Once you start getting into the middle of training camp, you start getting tired of hitting your own teammates, and so you just start getting into fights. I think you're just trying to get done with training camp so you can start hitting the other team, and I think they'll be fine. They're professionals at the end of the day. The other thing too that you see a lot of when you have young players is they're trying to make an impression. They're trying to make sure that they can make the team and they get noticed. So a lot of it has to do with that. The thing that I had more of an issue with the last couple of years with the Cowboys was their penalty issue, because in preseason they were terrible, and it just kind of bled into the regular season. Fights, I'm like, if I start seeing them in preseason and then it bleeds into the season, then there's cause for concern. But right now, everybody's just trying to make the team.
No, and you know what, Vic? I this reminds me of I remember I mean, this is an old clip because I was never around him, but his dad, Marty Schottenheimer, he would say, he's like, guys, to all the veteran players, you guys better get going, because if not, these young kids are coming in and they're going to be throwing their bodies around. They're going to be trying to do whatever they can to make the team. If you're not on your if you're not on pins and needles, these kids are going to nail you guys, are going to hit you guys, and they could possibly injure you guys. So you guys need to be ready for this, and you guys need to hit as hard as they are. And that's why when I see the Chargers practice, again, I haven't been to any other practice. Khalil Mack is going hard at Joe Alt. They're all going hard at the same point, even because what Jim likes to do is ones versus twos. The one offense against the 2 defense, then the 2 offense against the 1 defense. And guys are hitting hard. They're going at it. They're going back and forth. And I feel like that's the rhythm that you kind of want to keep. And I feel like that's what Brian Schottenheimer is trying to kind of tell these guys, hey, you guys need to be going at their seams there. You need to go at their same speed, because if not, you're going to get hurt. But Gilbert, I mean, positive for your Cowboys and your head coach, Brian Schottenheimer.
I guess I don't think it's positive or negative, but like you guys are right. Like fights are going to happen, and it's all about controlling them and putting the fire out. Can you discipline people and then not have people roll their eyes at you and be like, I don't want to do that. So if they're running for Schottenheimer, then maybe that's a good thing. I think it helps though, Fernando, that he's been around there. He's been the OC there. He was the OC for Mike McCarthy, so they know him. And when I went that day, I forget the first day of Cowboys camp. All everybody was talking about was like, oh yeah, I love his energy. He's super energetic. So I think the players like him. I think he might be a player's coach. I don't know if he could coach X's and O's, but he wasn't that good as a Seahawks offensive coordinator. But we'll find out in the game when the game starts. But also like one besides the Chargers and the Lions, in a week they're gonna have preseason games. They're gonna have joint scrimmages. So I guess all that kind of tension that they have, they're gonna play against opposing players soon.
Vic, can you take this off? Staying with the Cowboys. We have to talk about Micah Parsons. That's the other Holden. Did you guys hear what Jerry Jones or what Stephen Jones had to say after one of the practices this week? Listen to what he had to say.
Did you hear the fans yelling "Pay Micah" yesterday? And what do you think when you hear that?
It doesn't change anything. I mean, we want to pay Micah too. He's got to want to be paid.
He's got to want.
Hold on, and then listen to Dak Prescott.
I mean, it's an every year conversation. Whether it's myself, Zach Martin, CeeDee Lamb,
yes,
now Micah Parsons.
It's a Mad Lib, Dak, right?
It's part of it in a sense.
Yep.
Now, it's something that I wish that any of us are going through. Absolutely not. But I think Mike is doing a hell of a job with it being here. He's a great teammate. Showing up, obviously not just on the field and.
I like that.
I actually
hat.
like
That's
that.
a nice hat.
I like that hat.
Yeah, Gilbert was going to wear it next time on the show.
I don't know if Gilbert, but sure.
I'll start off with you. Don't you think they're like the players kind of get fed up with this kind of stuff? I mean, if he would have gotten Micah done maybe earlier in this offseason, before the Browns got Garrett done, it might have been a lot cheaper of a contract. And now they're saying north of 42 to 45 million a year for Micah Parsons, who, I mean, we've all known Jerry in the past has criticized him. Some other people have criticized him that in the playoff games he didn't show up against the Packers, stuff like that. Just what did you make of what Stephen Jones and Dak kind of said there?
Who was it? Me? I forget.
Yes. Yeah.
I think you're the only one named Gilberto, but I'm not sure.
I didn't hear that part. Sorry. I don't know. Like, I want to say CeeDee Lamb got paid around this time, so it took him a couple of weeks, and Dak Prescott got his contract. Dak Prescott last year was kind of a quiet story, so in a way they kind of handled that a little better. But also,
was that night the night before the game opener, so
the drama wasn't there, but also like
for CeeDee Lamb there was, Gilbert. Remember, we were at that joint practice
because you had to pay that guy.
Yeah,
and with Dak Prescott, it kind of felt like, okay, that's it, no more opportunities. You had your chance to prove yourself. You haven't done it. Let's go into a lame duck year, and then they caved and paid the guy. So you never know what Jerry Jones is thinking. I honestly think he likes being in the headlines, and this is good for business. But what if Micah Parsons is taking it personal? Like, hey, like you guys are trying to smear my name. You're trying to make jokes about me being injured last year and take shots at me. Like, nah, forget that. I'm gonna raise the price because have you noticed also all these contracts like Myles Garrett, Jamar Chase, TJ Watt, they're all going up by TJ Watt, they're all going up by a little bit. It's like 40 million and 40.1, 40.2. What am I saying? Nah, give me 45. And it's like, I don't care. I don't want to blow these guys out the water because it does change a lot so often. So who knows? But if they don't have Micah, that Cowboys prediction to make the playoffs is not looking good at all.
So I'm going to give you a little bit of context from what I've been gathering from Clarence Hill and all these other guys. Is that Jerry and the Joneses and Micah had a handshake deal back in March.
Oh.
And that they had a handshake deal and that Jerry was like, okay, let's get this signed. And he said, why don't you send it to my representative, David Mulugheta, friend of Fernando. I mean, of the show. No, I'm kidding. Hey, we had a cool time that one time in Indy.
Shout out.
But so basically, the Joneses, this is what Clarence Hill said. Jerry doesn't like dealing with agents. So he'd rather go to the player, get the deal done with the player, and that's it. And then the representative just says, okay, they sign on the dotted line, let's do it. Well, that's not the way Mike is playing. That's not the way David Mulugheta plays. So that's why Jerry's like, I don't even know his representative's name a couple of months ago when he said that. Obviously, that's disrespectful. But that's basically where he was coming from, that they had a handshake deal. They said no. And then now obviously Micah is asking for more money than what they had originally asked for. So that's basically the context. I think obviously Jerry just likes the theatrics. He's a WWE guy, I think, where he likes everybody knowing him. He likes everybody talking about him and his team. He likes the headlines. So I just think that this is another reason to do it. Jerry is still stuck in the old ways of doing things. And unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but unfortunately for him, things are changing. Everybody's evolving. We're at a different, like in that the NFL draft day, we're in a different time that we lived in a couple of years ago. But yeah, that's just I just think that Jerry kind of needs to start getting ahead of these things. If not, this is where you're going to end up in salary cap hell in a year or two because of the CeeDee Lamb contract, the Dak contract, and the Micah contract, and you're not going to be able to sign any other guys. Exactly. Vic?
Yeah, no, everything you said, you pretty much summarized everything that's been going on with this team. I'll just add, like, with Jerry Jones, it just seems like he always needs to be the main attraction. It's not the Cowboys, it's Jerry Jones and the Cowboys. And I mean, that
Netflix documentary is going to be more of a bio on Jerry Jones you watch, or a reality show.
Yeah.
Dan?
I was going to say, I don't even know why you think he's worried about salary cap hell. This guy's trying to go all in. Who knows if he's going to be here in a year or two? He's got to try and cash in now as much as he can. So I don't think he's thinking about the future, really, because if you're thinking about the future, you don't sign Dak Prescott for that money. So that's a hill I'll die on. What?
Die
I
on.
said
Okay.
he's trying to join Hulk Hogan. Sorry.
No. Exactly. Gotta be a man. I can't believe I get all that, but like every time I hear that song and they did the little video on WWE, I was like, man, it was awesome. You got to see a little bit of it. I didn't get to see much of it. I think his last match against Randy Orton. So I remember seeing that
in
one.
WWE. Yeah.
Probably retired
Yeah,
8
so-
times, but who knows?
Yeah, they would have him.
I
They
know.
would have him come back and do little things here and there, hit the leg drop and everything. But
Dude, that's why
that
I
was
wanted
the
him
last
to go
match.
on a heel run so bad before he
Well, that's
died,
when
but
Randy was
it is.
trying to this supposedly this is a real incident. He
Yeah.
was trying to hit on Brooke Hogan, and that Hulk got pissed. So
He was a
Vince like,
demon.
let's turn it into a WWE match, and
Yeah.
they ended up doing that. But well, no, he fought at TNA. When he
Yeah,
bought
but
TNA,
come on.
fought in TNA. Now let's go over to Chicago. So obviously everybody loves Chicago right now. Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson. This offense is going to be great. DJ Moore is in the backfield playing running back at times. Like they're doing a lot of movement around. Well, that's the way Rich Eisen presented it to Gilbert's Compa, his co-worker Albert Breer. And Albert Breer told him, hey, you know what? Pump the brakes a little bit. And here's what Breer had to sum up.
I think Caleb's got a ways to go. It did not look good the day I was there. And, when I talked to people there about why it looked that way is they're trying to make Caleb drink through a fire hose. Developmentally, he had a long way to go coming out of USC. Then he had the really sideways rookie year. And you can see when you watch the difference in the speed of the operation when Case Keenum is in there, when Tyson Bagent is in there versus where it is with Caleb Williams. And so they're just trying to overload him with information. They're overloading him with defensive looks. They're overloading him with everything to try to speed up his process, to try speed up his learning. And the plan is from here then to start to narrow that down.
So obviously Caleb Williams has struggled the first few days.
I didn't need to go to a Bears training camp to know that. So
there's been I know I've read from some Bears reporters that they've seen Ben Johnson kind of lighting into Caleb and getting into it with him over stuff. Clearly his security blanket's no longer there. I think last year his security blanket was Keenan Allen for a lot of that. I've tried to read and I haven't heard a lot out of Coastal and Loveland. There hasn't been a lot of chatter about him either. So I was kind of reading through some articles and I couldn't really see anything. But
the quarterback can't get it going. How is he going to get it going?
Well, but the crazy part is that he's like, oh, when Case Keenum and Tyson Bagent are in there, yeah, it looks pretty smooth, and you're kind of like, oof, okay. So Gilbert, thoughts on what Breer said?
Yeah, I'm not too surprised, but this is gonna be a Caleb Williams problem. Like him personally, he needs to look in the mirror and be like, okay, I gotta stop doing too much. And that's always been his problem at USC, his rookie year with the Bears. Like he has every tool in the toolbox, a tool belt, whatever it is, but he doesn't just kind of play like it's okay to be a one-read guy or take the short pass. Just live to play another down and play within the scheme. It's okay. I get that he was a #1 pick and he was, compared to Aaron Rodgers and Mahomes because he's able to create off-platform throws, play away from the pocket. But dude, you're a rookie, a second-year quarterback in the NFL. Like it's okay to play composed. Like you forget Aaron Rodgers waited 3 years. You forget that Mahomes waited a year. These guys that do a lot at the line of scrimmage, it didn't take them 1 year to do it. Even Josh Allen was an MVP, but he was terrible his first 3 years. These guys who have this massive skill set, I get Justin Herbert was great right away. But even the things that at the line of scrimmage, the mental game, that takes time, and you're starting to see him more and more now, with Jim Harbaugh. But he's doing too much, and even guys like even Jaden Daniels does well because sometimes it's okay to rely on athleticism. Just go get the first down. It's okay. And with him, he's kind of playing happy feet, or he won't go down, or he'll take a bad sack like that. Offensive line was terrible with the Bears, but he also took a lot of bad sacks. But then you get a couple, games where he's making some insane throws. Like, how do you make that throw through a tight window? He has the skill set, but if Ben Johnson, who doesn't have the experience as a head coach, like that's why I wanted Mike Vrabel or even a guy like Mike McCarthy, even an experienced coach who knows who's been there before, maybe will benefit, Caleb Williams. But it's good to hear that Ben Johnson's kind of been on his ass about it and throwing everything at him because, hey, it's the most creative play caller in the league. So maybe that's a good thing or maybe it's a bad thing because, like, oh, wow, this is super creative. Let me try all these cool things here. But it's not being simple. It's not fundamental. So if there becomes a documentary where Caleb Williams, who became the bust #1 pick, it might come too much too early.
I'd love to be a producer on that thing.
That's why
in the nails, I bet.
That's why I thought they kind of jumped the gun giving Ryan Poles that contract extension, just for the simple fact of we don't know what Caleb Williams is yet. Like, what if this year Caleb Williams comes out and he's completely terrible, and then the next year he comes out and it's not good either? They're gonna basically be like in what's it called, the Trouble with the Curve with Bo Gentry.
Yeah,
like he's talented, but he's not a #1 pick. Like, what are we doing? So that was why I thought, you know what, I would have rated on Ryan Poles a little bit. And then there were some things I didn't like last year when we saw Hard Knocks. Obviously, we've heard some stuff out of Chicago that you're kind of like, ooh, like. So I don't know. I'm gonna wait and see what he does, but I think it's fine that he's struggling right now. I think that's like, if you're gonna struggle somewhere, struggle in camp. And we have to remember too, is that the defense knows the offense knows the defense. So sometimes they're going to take advantage. They're going to take advantage of them. My only issue is going to be because I mean, even fans, like the one fan the other day is like, hey, I've been worried, like Herbert's thrown a couple picks in camp, and I'm like, dude, come on, like this is where you want him to throw the picks. Like last year, I remember in the first 2 or 3 days of camp, he threw 5 or 6. And then in the season, he only threw 3. So, I mean, it's just
4 in Houston. And
oh, here we go. Are you kidding me with the trash?
Ring the bell and move on.
So yeah, that's my only thing. If you're gonna struggle right now. The only thing is that I kind of felt like I'm interested to see what Chicago's gonna look like this year, especially because of Ben Johnson. Now he's not the head coach. We have to remember too, the Dan Campbell's the motivator, and Ben Johnson's the X's and O's guy. Like with Dan Campbell, you hear him and you listen, and you're like, oh yeah, this dude played. Like we know. With Ben Johnson, he's a nerd, X's and O's kind of guy, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Ben Johnson being the coach from the Water Boy, where he's kind of like not loud, little shy, but great playbook, and that's why they stole it from him.
He could be like Norv Turner as well. Like
I was gonna say Josh McDaniels. I was gonna just say Josh McDaniels. That's what I thought of. But kind of going back to what you were saying, Fernando. I mean, Ryan Poles is 15-32 and got an extension. Imagine that you suck at your job, like, and you get rewarded for it. That is what Ryan Poles just got done. I mean,
that's what the league is half the time. Dude.
Yeah, shout out to him for that. But in terms of Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams and what's gonna happen here, like I just heard too, Luther Brown is behind too, like their other draft picks. So it's like, I mean, you kind of want to get all this stuff out of the way if you're being, and we don't know how these things are gonna, at the end of the day, how they're gonna affect this team. We don't know how good Ben Johnson is gonna be as a head coach, and so there's a lot of things that we kind of need to process before we get there. It's training camp, and I'm not too worried about it. I want to see what he looks like during the regular season. And the other thing too is that the NFC North has a tough schedule this year. So
yeah,
I mean, they might just beat up on each other, and you might only get one team out of that division.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
The Lions.
Dan, anything constructive on this story?
No, I guess not. I mean, this is the thing. Do we even know if he's calling plays yet or no?
Caleb?
Ben?
No, Ben Johnson.
Caleb, for God's sake. I'm talking about what's his name? Ben Johnson.
Yeah, he's calling the plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying, like, I was never super high on. That's why I think it's so dumb when they play this savior complex with coaches. Like, unless you're getting a Pete Carroll, Jimbo.
You mean the four coaches in the AFC West?
Yeah,
but you know what?
Pete
But you know
Carroll.
what I'm saying? Like you don't know what you're getting, so that's why I don't. I think Chicago might be at the bottom again, but I mean we'll see.
Gilbert, real quick, were you thrown off by Pete Carroll out there throwing the football around and all that with the players?
A little bit, because obviously he was doing it in Seattle for a long time.
Did he have his
I
life
hope you
alert
said
on?
that.
Huh?
Did he have his life alert on or no?
He's still trying to run around and then throw the football around, but when I saw him do it 2 years ago, he's a lot slower now, and I'm like, wow, like at some point just stop being the hype guy. Like it's not who you are anymore, buddy. But I also do like at the podium when he's kind of like tired of like the dumb questions. Somebody asked him like, oh, like how do you feel about being in the college football Hall of Fame? Like Lincoln Riley wants you there, but you haven't got in. He's like, I don't care. I don't care about that. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Just get to the point.
I hope you sent that to Eric Williams. He lives off of that. He gets so excited seeing his boy Pete doing all those things.
if you cover the guy in Seattle or USC, it's from what I heard from people who cover him, he remembers your name and he likes to talk to you. So he's a good guy.
Gilbert may see Eric tomorrow.
Shout out.
In Arizona?
Raiders and left tackle Colton
Nice.
Miller have agreed to an agreement of 3 years, $66 million. So Colton Miller will be staying with the Raiders, according to Jeremy Fowler. 42.5 million guaranteed. So that's basically.
And he could have held out, kind of like the other two guys. And
did he get more than Slater?
Huh?
What's the deal for Slater compared to him?
Slater was 114 million.
And what did he get?
3 years, 66.
Oh, damn.
It looks like he got about 20, which is
22. Yeah, 20.
Yeah,
22.
which is pretty good for a.
Yeah, that's
left tackles are underpaid compared to wide receivers and quarterbacks and edge
all
rushers,
offensive linemen are.
Yeah,
good call.
Gotta have a good left tackle, man.
Let us go now to a team that Dan holds in high regards because of the player that we're about to talk about. Vic, can you take this off real quick? Jimmy Haslam was asked about Shedeur Sanders and what he thought about owner Jimmy Haslam and what he thought about the drafting of Shedeur.
That's okay, and we have good process, okay, and if you'd have told me, let's see, we picked him on Saturday, right? Friday night driving home, y'all are going to pick Shedeur. I would say that's not happening, but we had a conversation early that morning, and then we had a conversation later that day. I think we had the right people involved in the conversation. At the end of the day, that's Andrew Berry's call. Andrew made the call to pick Shedeur. Just like who's going to start or what play we're going to call is Kevin's call, but that's Andrew's call. He made the call.
The owner throwing the general manager under the bus. Basically, he's saying that
the opposite. I see it as the opposite. Like,
he's basically wiping his hands and saying,
but either way,
with Dan too.
Either way, like, get on him to hire people he trusts to let them do. How many of these little meddlum owners screw it up from the beginning?
No, apparently Jim Irsay messing it up for Chris Ballard, who Chris Ballard threw him under the bus. RIP.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
he said that he had pressure from Irsay to draft Richardson.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like you made your money doing oil and all this other stuff or whatever. I don't know. As long as you don't go to islands, you're good, I guess. But you have to hire the people who do this for a living to get the job done. Like if you don't trust them, just do everything yourself. Then I think
it was a scapegoat. I think he was scapegoating.
Yeah,
so
sure.
You think the owner had the say for the Sanders pick? Wow,
dude, he's top 10 in jersey sales. Like, what else can you promise the team? Like, hey, we're bringing out old ass Joe Flacco, who won a Super Bowl.
That way they can pay Myles Garrett's salary
years ago.
Jerseys.
I bet you his jersey sold more than Dylan Gabriel. Hell, the Madden ratings just came out, and Shedeur was 1 point higher than Dylan Gabriel, and he got drafted 2 rounds after him.
Wow.
So yeah, this was a publicity stunt in a sense to get people talking. I'll tell you right now, whenever Joe Flacco or Dylan Gabriel, because I think Kenny Pickett's going to be gone, whenever one of them struggles, we're going to get. Remember, Kyle Lorton, you guys are terrible. Kyle Lorton, how many times did we hear Tebow? That's exactly what these guys are going to hear from Browns fans. Shador, even if he sucks. Remember, Johnny Manziel, Cleveland had this 10 years ago. Johnny Manziel was the exact same way. They wanted Johnny football.
And Brian Hoyer won 10 games too that season.
Huh?
Brian Hoyer won 10 games. They kept stalling Johnny Manziel.
Didn't they make the playoffs that year too?
I think, or maybe they fell.
I thought he tore his ACL like in the back end of the season, and they didn't end up making it.
I think you're maybe. I don't know about Torres ACL. But I think he
Baker
got
was
hurt
the first one that made it to the playoffs with that team. That's why he was talking shit the other day, and he's like,
"Oh no,
made the
it was
playoffs. I was
Holcomb.
playing my best
Something
ball,
Holcomb made the team.
Oh yeah, Kelly Holcomb.
Took him to the playoffs."
You guys know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's what he did. Like, he's the one that chose him, but he's like, it was Andrew Berry's call. I'm not meddlesome. I stay away. So that's kind of my thing.
He also has a really good relationship with Dion, from what I remember. So I mean,
yeah,
that's why when I saw the comments, that kind of threw me off. I was like, wait, I thought you had a good relationship with Dion, and I don't know.
Yeah, Gilbert.
I don't. Either way, it's kind of like a shit show. I can say shit show, right? Shit show for
but I mean,
Andrew Berry's been around too and not getting much right. Your running back is out doing dumb shit. Like your 5th round quarterback is getting speeding tickets. Like, I don't care about these. I feel bad for Stefanski. I think he's a good coach, but other than that, I don't care about these Browns.
Real quick before we head out again, thank you guys so much for joining us. Something's in the water in Philly. Vic, can you take this off real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Something's in the water. This was Landon. Is it Dickerson? Yeah, Landon Dickerson. Spoke to him, friend of the show. This is what he had to say about last season.
It's very simple, right? Every team has a 1-year expiration. 2024 Philadelphia Eagles were a great team. That team no longer exists, right? It's in the history books. There's guys still here, but that team is no longer together. It's 2025 Philadelphia Eagles. Right now, we have accomplished nothing. We are 0-0, and we're here to work.
I like that.
What happened from Eagles players talking about how 2024 is dead to them? Like, this is like
Vic, don't go back to the thing. Don't go back to the thing. I'm gonna put some other stuff on here. No, you can tell. Their mentality is like this year. Like, this is a new year. Let's go.
I saw the left tackle have a quote. Jalen Hurts had a quote. Saquon had a quote. Everybody has. Like, we get it. Like,
yeah. All right, let's go to Una Mas real fast, and I just want to throw some stuff at you guys just for fun. This one's the funniest one, and you guys are going to call me an asshole, but I don't care. So this guy was out there. Maybe you guys have seen it. This bullfighter.
God, I saw this.
This clip.
Look at this.
This is me when Roberto tries to slander my boy. I'll tell you right now. Here I am.
I was not expecting that. I thought the other bull was gonna get him.
I want to know. I saw this like 20 times. But if you slow it down, is his face ripped off? Have you noticed that when he?
I did see that in one of the...
or am I tripping? Because if you watch when he passes through, it looks like his face got like.
Well, now I can't show that.
Maybe it's like one of those slow-mo things where like, oh
yeah, maybe.
Well, he definitely broke his back.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have heard. SeaWorld has been lit, as the kids say. Waka Flocka was here. They've been holding concerts with old. Watch this.
Oh my goodness.
2010, baby.
Dude, I don't even know who this is.
Back.
Who is that? I don't even know what song he's singing.
You know Waka Flocka. Look at this.
This is before Dan's time. You forget he's younger than you. You know, he's your younger brother.
So, like, they've had Fat Joe, they've had DJ, or no, Lil Bow Wow. They've had
Lil Romeo.
Now just regular Bow Wow now.
Oh, Bow Wow, yeah. Omarion, like
middle-aged Bow Wow.
Yeah.
When's Neo going? I'll go to a Neo.
I have a question before I know we have to go and everything, but would you go watch a band, an artist that you probably heard, that you listened to like 20 years ago? Would you go and see I've already come to the conclusion that I'm not gonna go watch like anybody I listen to, like Jay-Z, or whatever, any artist that I used to listen to, I'm not gonna go to their concert because I just feel like I'm not gonna get what I saw them in their prime. Like I just feel like
it just feels
what's the
sad.
point of going? Like unless I get free tickets, even then I'll probably say no.
Well, but everybody go.
free.
Like people go. People, hey, Pepe Le Pew Pew. People were trying to sneak into the concert. That's how crazy it was. I've noticed, but like people still go see the Rolling Stones, and people still go see all these people.
I would want to go see AC/DC live just to hear how it felt.
Come out in wheelchairs
I'm
or
with
what?
you. But that's what I'm saying. I'm with you on that. I'd rather watch the music video in their prime, like, because it was so epic.
Right.
Bells.
Have we? Do we all agree this is the greatest?
Genes are passed down from
No,
parent
this is terrible.
You had to get this in here.
100%.
Yeah.
personality.
Send it my
Leave an eye
baby,
color.
won't you come my way, or whatever the hell the song is.
All right.
100%. You see the car she jumps into?
No. There you go.
Alfredo.
There you go.
All right. Thank you guys so much for jumping on another episode of the Four Compas. We will be back next week, probably Wednesday again. I don't know, Gilbert, is it Wednesday or TBD?
Either Monday or Wednesday. I think I'd be good. So let me know what works. Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday I'll be at Alfredo, I agree. Wednesday Tuesday I'll be at Cowboy. So yeah, Wednesday should be the best day because the Chargers are off that day. So all right, appreciate everybody for jumping on. Thank you to everybody who commented. We will be back next week, so make sure you guys are dialed in. And next week, Gilberto's training camp tour continues, so we will get all the latest from where he was at. Like I said, I'll be at Cowboys Rams, so I'll get some of that.
No Kraken hat. You got the Knights today.
Big hockey guy here.
We'll talk about everything else. Thank you guys so much. You guys are the best. Gilbert, sabes que vámonos.
Yeah, it's time to get out of here. You guys go watch her Sydney Sweeney videos, or whatever her name is. Videos.
Oh, I
Have
love
fun with
to.
that.
I love.
But all right, time to get going. Nos vamos pues. Vámonos.